Season 1 has been here for a few days, and with that, there's a lot of things to discover when it came to the offerings across multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. Today I wanted to do a follow-up from our launch version of this video, but wanted to take a look at a handful of things that I wish I knew sooner for Season 1. So drop your thoughts as we go along. Any of these things that you didn't know either, anything that you think is a nifty little helpful trivia piece that you have for others, feel free to drop it down below. If you enjoyed the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it, and as always, make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'd love to have you in the community as we now chase down 700,000 subscribers. Haven't really had the opportunity to fully express my thanks here with hitting 600,000 subscribers. The last few days I was away, the recent content was a bit pre-recorded, but truly can't thank you guys enough for the love the last couple of months. You guys have been going absolutely insane, so truly means the world to me. Thank you so much. So if you're new and you'd like to help us out on that next goal, I'd love to have you in the community. Anyways though, let's get into a couple of things that I wish I knew sooner about Black Ops 6 Season 1. First, let's start out with some free rewards, because who doesn't love free stuff? I know that I certainly do, but firstly, there's a few rewards that you can redeem for free from now until December 12th. So plenty of time to do this, but make sure you do in that time. These being the free Twitch viewership rewards. As with launch, as with the beta, as with the COD Next live streams, Twitch channels with Season 1 have the ability to have drops enabled, which can grant you the Stratagem Weapon Blueprint for the LR762, the Sea Creature Calling Card, the Cubicle Carp Weapon Charm, and the Deep Dive Emblem. All that's needed for you to redeem these is to watch 4 hours of a Twitch stream. Could be anyone with the tag of drops enabled on their channel in the Warzone category, and you can simply earn them that way. Nice part, if you're not really big into streams, it can be a couple of different things. Number one, it can be tabbed on the second monitor or elsewhere. Audio doesn't need to be on. It's cumulative, so you don't have to dedicate 4 hours in a day to watching a live stream or having it up or anything like that. You just need to watch 4 hours total from now until December 12th, and you can watch multiple perspectives. You don't need to watch one stream the whole time, just any stream with drops enabled for 4 hours total from now until December 12th. Plus, if you're a creator up and coming, trying to get in on the stream game, you can enable drops as well. And from when I used to stream regularly way back in the day, that always did help channel growth. It was a great way to bring in new viewers that may not have been familiar with your channel and then be able to convert them into regular viewers. It's a nice way to discover new content. So now's the time to jump in for yourself as well if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I know myself, I need to get back into it. I do miss chatting with everybody live, but anyways, next, you have the directed mode zombies rewards. The reason I bring this up is because they are actually different, which some people may not realize. You might notice some subtle differences in the standard mode versus the directed mode. Firstly, the big reward of the ray gun blueprint or the trophy collector Maya skin, those are reserved only for the standard version of the Easter egg. The directed mode will give you one of two different weapon charms, either the Womps by Mr. Peaks or the Venticles weapon charm, depending on if you play the Liberty Falls or Terminus directed mode. While things like the XP will still stay the same, those will be different, plus the classified calling card will be a slight subtle variation from the standard to the directed version, letting you know that it was one or the other. Another thing that grants free rewards is the Warzone Bootcamp, but like with an asterisk on that. There's 3 tiers of rewards where you can get the Peekaboo emblem, the Jug-a-Dead charm, which is a sort of minigun, and then the well-traveled MCW blueprint. So again, a couple of oddities coming back to that. You might notice they're old rewards. The MCW blueprint was actually something that was granted as a reward for the anniversary of Warzone, and it seemingly is back now as a Warzone Bootcamp reward. But also, I just don't think these are up to date to begin with. And on top of that, it doesn't appear that you can reselect these if you hit later on the initial prompt. So like if you've already played Warzone, gotten past that probably initial prompt, you can't really go back and check these, it doesn't seem like, unless I missed that entirely. But if you do have the option to end up doing these, you can get lots of easy challenges. You can honestly complete most of them in one boot camp game, I think. But it also gives a solid number of little bonus items leading up to each of the tier rewards like XP tokens, XP itself, and a few smaller things. So keep an eye out for that one. Another thing it might be nice to know earlier rather than later is locked versus released content in Season 1. There's plenty of items already just before we get another title update for the mid-season update or perhaps earlier that showcase as locked that are inaccessible within Black Ops 6 and Warzone. There's plenty of things like the reflexes and veteran perks in Warzone, the buffer weight stock in MP, and more that are going to be coming as a part of upcoming events. That right now there is no way to unlock them, but they're there previewable and available to be seen ahead of their actual release here for this. With recent leaks of the hit list event, we've seen how these will be working and now can understand a bit how to unlock them going forward. The hit list event in particular will be something that sort of tasks players with getting kills in either multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone, with each of those categories designating a certain weight to each of those kills. Each of your markered eliminations, the skull icons you need to collect, it's 1 per multiplayer, 1 every 5 kills in zombies, and then 5 per elimination in Warzone. So it does vary depending on what mode you play, but individually speaking, you'll have the opportunity to unlock the Big Plans loading screen, the elimination game calling card, the evidence emblem, the targeted weapon charm, and the power drill melee weapon at the end there for 1,000 of those designated elimination icons. Again, varying depending on what mode you play. Now, what's interesting is there's also a handful of other items that are available through community completion that you have absolutely no effect on, minus your own contribution and how much you play the game for those elimination sort of tags. But at 5, 10, 15, and 20 billion elimination icons, you'll end up getting the buffer weight stock, the shadow strategist perk, the hand cannon kill streak, and then that reflexes perk for Warzone. So yeah, that's a lot of kills. A lot of people are going to need to play this. It seems like this event is going to last 2 weeks, but honestly, I don't see it taking all that long, especially if zombies is something you can do that quick with farming methods currently. You can breeze through a lot of these, maybe even your personal ones, in like an hour to 3 to 4 hours. I imagine there's no world in which we don't get these all, so it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of progressive rollout for this kind of stuff. So for these and then other upcoming items, like there is an event for the Archie's Festive Frenzy for another Warzone perk, that's going to be coming a little later on down the line in the same sort of format here with this. So just know that a lot of this seems to be going, at least initially speaking, off of personal and community completion. Next, let's talk about some gameplay changes that I think it's definitely nice to know sooner rather than later. Apparently, UAV and counter UAV launcher challenges have been adjusted, where in the past, gold and dark spine camos were counting UAVs and counter UAVs for 2 for 1, meaning that if you shot down 1, it would count towards your progress of either needing to get 3 or 5 in a game. It would count for 2 of those. So instead of having to get, for say, dark spine, all 5, you'd only have to get 3 of those shot down, because it would count towards 6 of 5 then at that point. Now, that seemingly has been changed. As we also talked about, the score was decreased that you end up getting for UAV and harp assist, which is a weird one. It appears that with Quartermaster and the Stims, this now no longer reduces the amount of recharge time you had beforehand. Pre-season 1, Quartermaster made charge rate on the Stims going back into your inventory 15 seconds instead of 30. That is now no longer the case. Shout out to Arctic from the community here for the heads up on that one. Another thing that we missed in our discussion about what changed in stealth updates is they fixed the calling card challenge menu, that was such a first world problem that I had that I hated so much, and they finally fixed it. Previously, if you went into a specific section to view a specific calling card, if you hit the back button, it would take you all the way back to that initial listing of career, hardened, prestige, or dark ops, the selection menu there, instead of just one step back into these subcategories. So that's been fixed. You can now navigate the menus however you'd like and properly. And speaking of challenges, another one we missed in the stealth changes was the update to the squint test challenge. This one tasked you previously with getting a moonshot medal, which was 250 meters as of pre-season 1, which quite literally was not possible to my knowledge. None of the maps are that big. Now it's been adjusted where a moonshot medal is only 100 meters or further away from you. So that's quite doable. Some lines of sight on maps are 100 meters. Plus, you also don't have to get weapon kills. It can be stuff like mines, explosives, environmental hazards. I'm pretty sure if you ended up using the Archangel rocket and went cross map, you could probably get that done as well. But if they kill someone and you're on the other side of the map, it counts for you. One of the things I'm not too particularly proud of admitting here that I didn't realize until it was too late was the Blackcell skip feature, where you could end up choosing one of the different pages to start on, so it allowed you to get a weapon or so that's later on in the battle pass sooner. There was the option to skip to a certain page. I just apparently didn't read it. Maybe you didn't as well. But if you haven't used it, double check that. You might be able to get a little bit further into the battle pass a little quicker with that option. A general reminder for XP, in case you haven't heard, again, nicer to know now rather than later, legacy XP tokens with season 1 were added in, then removed for air quote stability reasons, but are going to be returning in the Black Ops 6 UI at some point in the future. It's detailed. We'll learn more about how that will happen next week. We don't know when that will actually come, but in the meantime, if you've had a ton of XP tokens saved up over the last 2 years of Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and then into Black Ops 6 here, either with promotional items like Monster, Little Caesars, whatever, or things from the Battle Pass, Shop, free packs you've acquired or the CDL viewership rewards from the last 2 years, you can activate those in Warzone and then jump over to Black Ops 6. It's only just a slight extra 1 or 2 steps that can be annoying, but does still allow the effect to apply at least, which is nice. You don't lose those XP tokens fully, you just have to do another extra step or 2 to get those. On the Warzone side of things here, there's not a whole ton more in regards to stuff that I wish I knew sooner, but Warzone has been broken in a lot of different areas. Warzone challenges, one in particular I think is really important to know right now, is that they have some unintended requirements for your camo challenges. Just like the underbarrel launcher challenges for Dark Matter, some camos on the way to Abyss require you to end up getting kills while under enemy UAVs. Whether intentionally or poorly worded like the underbarrel challenges, or unintentional that it's a bug, this appears to only be tracking for kills on the player who called in the UAV. So if you get a kill on the enemy team that didn't call in the UAV and you're just under that UAV radar, or even if you killed a teammate of the team that called it in, but not the player that did, it won't track for that, unfortunately, which is, again, a very odd scenario, and hopefully it's not that, because that would elongate the entire process by so much, but just know that if it's not tracking for you, that might be why. Audio is also non-existent in some places, like straight up not there and then horribly broken in others. In fact, Rebirth Island was insanely busted where everything was audible and way too loud in the prison, and they've removed the map entirely as of earlier today to mitigate that. So it's a lot of stuff going on in Warzone. Thankfully, for my sake, and maybe a lot of you guys as well, I don't care too much about Warzone as of lately, so it's one of those things that I'm still enjoying my time grinding out challenges, camos, and stuff like that, that I don't have to worry about that being particularly bugged and ruining some of my experience. Sucks for other players that do enjoy it, I get that entirely, but if you're waiting on Rebirth being re-added today, well, it's gonna be gone for a little longer. Now, all of that kind of stuff said, there is a title update coming sometime soon. This was added earlier today to the PlayStation database, so it's possible this fixes things, adds additional content or mitigations, but we don't know a couple of different things. Firstly, we don't know when that's going to launch, and secondly, we don't know exactly what it's going to bring along with it. It could be something that adds ranked play, could be something that adds, again, just a bunch of different changes to the game that need a title update to be added to fix them. We don't quite know, but know that that is also going to be coming. But that is a few things that I wish I knew a little sooner about Black Ops 6 Season 1 across multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. So what do you guys think of this? Let me know your thoughts down below. Is there anything in particular that you guys learned out of this? Anything that you would like to share with the community as well? Let me know. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing running all things Black Ops 6 as we gear up for, honestly, still a lot more on deck that we've got scheduled. Excited to bring you guys a lot more stuff here on the content calendar. Would love to have you in the community. For now, though, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.